In this video we're going to talk about the differences between the active voice and the passive voice. And using the active voice is generally encouraged in business writing. That's because it creates a strong link between who is doing the action, or the subject, and what is being done, which we call the predicate. Let's have a look at some examples. The lawyer has updated the contract. This is an active sentence because we know the lawyer has performed the action. The lawyer has done the updating. Terry Steele employed 12 new staff last quarter. We know exactly who did the action. We know who employed the staff. It was Terry Steele. Over 70% of customers are pleased with the level of service. We know who's pleased. It's 70% of customers are pleased. Turning now to the passive voice. When the passive voice is used, it is unclear who is performing the action. So it can be less direct than the active voice. Let's have a look at some examples again. The contract has been updated. Who updated the contract? We don't know. It's not stated because it's passive. Or the second sentence, time management was encouraged to increase productivity. But who encouraged the time management? Who encouraged the increase in productivity? We don't know. Our team was recently asked to take on 20% more clients. Who asked the team to do that? It's unclear who asked the team. So that's an example of passive voice. Turning now to the benefits of the passive voice. The passive voice can add subtlety to a sentence. For example, if the writer does not want to emphasize who performed a particular task, perhaps it wants to be hidden or it doesn't need to be stated, that's when the passive works well. Let's have a look at an example. Ian Woodvale insists that all new staff are employed on a casual basis. Clearly it's Ian Woodvale who is saying that this should happen on a casual basis. It might not be a popular decision, who knows. All new staff are to be employed on a casual basis. That's using the passive. We're taking Ian Woodvale out of it. Perhaps Ian Woodvale has still made the decision, but it's not being revealed. It's more subtle. It's a good use of the passive. So the passive voice can also have the advantage of having a more formal tone as well. So that second sentence gives that sort of authority. It allows us to get the feeling that this decision has been made from somewhere, and we can't really challenge this. If we know that Ian Woodvale has done it, well, all of a sudden he can be challenged. Let's have a look at some more examples. In the active voice, the business achieved its highest growth in the third quarter. Or passive, the highest growth was achieved in the third quarter. Okay, so we are assuming that we know that it's the business who did it. The passive voice can be used there if we're clear that we're talking about the business. The marketing team is responsible for signing new international agreements. New international agreements are to be signed. Well, if we already know that it's the marketing team who does that, there's no point in having to repeat the marketing team in the active voice the whole time. Sue Trengrove will send the documents once complete. The documents will be sent once complete. Again, if we know who the subject is, there's no point in using the active. The passive will do. I submitted the proposal on time. The proposal was submitted on time. So I can be more subtle with the passive by taking away the subject I. So overall we can see that there are uses for both the active and passive. Often in business writing we hear that we must use active all the time. However, there's more subtlety that can be achieved by also using the passive.